We're such awkward human beings. This is great. This is perfect. All right.
Welcome back to another episode of the Sinful Shelf. I'm Heather.
I'm Chloe.
And we are here to review yet another book. So excited to share.
If you remember, we talked last time about we were going to be reading Heartless Heathen by Santana Knox. Just a little recap on the trigger warnings for this book. I have to find it. Cool. Explicit language, death of parents, history of trauma, murder, gruesome deaths, suicidal thoughts, traumatic adoption, coerced attempted suicide, feelings of panic from trauma, fictional occultism, Christianity, non-consensual drug use, anti-Christian rhetoric, horrific situations, political issues reminiscent of our current times, child abuse, neglect, fictional satanic worship, vomiting, dismemberment, drowning, strangling, body mutilation, explosions, bomb threat, group sex, sexual asphyxiation, non-consensual sexual acts, dubious consent, physical assault, sexual assault, coercion, unprotected sex, light degradation, birth control, blood play, knife play, stretching, fisting, DVP, DP, and incestuous situations. And screw it, content warning for too many Tolkien references. So that is, again, that's not going to stay up. All of the list of trigger warnings for this one book.
Yes.
Just a few.
Just a couple.
Just a couple. That is going to fall.
Probably.
Let's just put it in there.
Yeah, that works too. There were quite a lot of trigger warnings.
Mm-hmm.
I know in our intro episode we said we weren't going to get into religion unless the book calls for it. As you can hear from the trigger warnings, this book is gonna probably call for it. There might be some discussions brought up, but it was such a good book.
It was a great book. I already told you I had read this book last year, and I loved every single second of it.
I had never read this book before, but I think I finished it in a day because of how good it was. And the fact that she called me out on who was going to be my favorite character.
From the beginning, before you even started it.
And she was spot on, too.
I knew it from the beginning that he was going to be your favorite character.
I'm pretty sure I also called yours, though.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Anyway, let's get into our questions and our discussion about this book. Clearly, we both love this book a lot. And we're very interested to know what you guys think of the book afterwards as well.
Yes.
So you start us off.
Oh, I'm starting this time?
You're starting
this time.
Okay.
All right. So my first question, if Romina could be with only one of the guys, who do you think it should be? Regardless of who your favorite is.
So I think me and you're going to have very differing opinions on this.
Probably.
He is my favorite, but I do believe it should be Corvin. The reason being that she was locked in a tower her entire life. Honestly, I believe he gave her the most freedom to be herself and wasn't trying to mold or shape her into who he wanted her to be. He was happy just the way that she was.
I can agree on that in some aspects because I do see what you mean. Like, he did give her so much freedom because he needed the freedom himself. I, however, think that maybe it should be Hello, Dottie.
Hello, Dot.
Sunny. Because not only can he protect her the best, but at the same time, like, he wouldn't let herself hide in her own lies.
And he had that deeper understanding of her mindset. So I get that. I do get that.
But in the end, he did give her a little bit more freedom than you saw at the beginning. So he did kind of adapt a little bit more, especially at the very end of the book.
He did do that. I still say Corvin because from the very beginning he wasn't trying to change her. But like I said, we're going to have differing opinions on this one. So, and it just so happened that we both chose our favorite characters in the book.
Yeah. I mean, I love Felix too, and I feel like Felix would do a very good job of like taking care of her and protecting her. But I just feel like he's not as good for her as, say, Corvin or Sunny.
I agree. Felix is more of a go with the flow type deal.
Yeah.
And will let her do whatever she wants as long as she's happy.
Yeah.
Can you stop?
I know.
Too many kisses.
I know.
Just snuggle. I just feel like he would do whatever he felt like she wanted. Because he's not more of a risk taker. He's more of a you tell me what you want and I'll do it type of person.
Yeah.
Throughout the entire book. So I think we agree on that one.
Yeah.
Okay. What character dynamic to you was the most compelling? It does not have to be Romina with one of the guys. Just any character dynamic throughout the book.
Honestly, I loved the brotherly bond that the three of them had. But I think probably one of my favorite dynamics is the brotherly bond that the three of them share. Like, even though only two of them are related by blood, I feel like all three of them are just so strongly bonded. And I know it's because they did the bonding ritual early on, like before we ever met them. But it's such a strong relationship that you can't help but love.
I actually agree with you on this one. I do love the dynamic between the three of them. Just, they would do anything for each other, even if they're annoyed with each other, frustrated. They would go to the ends of the earth for each other. And I absolutely just adore that.
Yeah.
I think it's so cute.
I do too. And, you know, the whole reverse harem of it all. And like, you can only have a good reverse harem if the bond between them is this strong.
I agree with you.
And it makes it all the better.
It does. That's actually one of my questions later on. We'll get to that.
All right. What do you think Romina's anthem would be?
So this is the one I told you I have two answers for. So first one I would say, both of them have one of the same artists. It's okay. First one I would say is Mia Goth by Attila featuring Echo.
Yeah. Okay, I can see it.
Or Die For Me by Echo. I don't know if you've heard that song.
I don't think I have.
If not, I'm going to play it for you after due to copyright reasons. But yeah, 100%. One of those two, they both fit her perfectly.
The minute I heard my song that I had picked, I knew right away that this had to be one of my questions because this was going to be my answer. I was listening to my music and Bring Me to Life by Evanescence came on. And I love Evanescence so much. But just like the lyrics fit like her like expanding from this little girl trapped in the attic to who she becomes at the end of the book. And the boys literally brought her to life.
Correct.
So I just feel like the entirety of the song is very fitting to her reawakening as a person throughout the entire book. So when I heard the song, I'm like, yep, this is her anthem. This has to be one of my questions.
Oh, my answer was so shallow in comparison to yours. Because, like, I get what you're saying, Evanescence. Oh, dream. Anyway, but, like, for Mia Goth by Attila, literally one of the lyrics is, she wants me dripping in blood, it turns her on. And all I could think of was the scenes with Sunny and her cutting him with the knife. And they both love it. And then also, like, you know, a diamond in the rough. Like, he's calling her a diamond in the rough. And she is just that. She went through such a rough time, but to them, she is a diamond.
Yeah.
Die For Me is along those same lines. Some of the lyrics are, you know, that she has this really big heart but doesn't know how to use it, which is very reminiscent of Romina. And then there's another lyric in there that says that I have my hand wrapped around her throat. I'm waiting for the exhale. Mine are very surface level, not super deep. You go deep with things, I guess. I don't know.
I'm going to keep that joke to myself.
Oh, that's okay. You can. I know. I think I know what joke that you're talking about, and it's okay. Anyway, my next question: what scene throughout the entire book stuck with you the most?
I know that you hate this answer because I've told you about
I think I
it
already
before.
know your answer.
It's when she hangs herself to prove her love for Sonny and the boys. Because I know, now again, fictional world, this is okay. Real life, please don't do this.
Please don't ever do this.
But to me, it's just the romantic notion of willing to give her life for them, even if she's taking it herself. But she's willing to give her breath, her blood, her soul for these boys. And it just, to me, stuck to me the most because it is just such a romantic notion. Would never do it myself. Would hope that nobody ever does this in real life. But in the context of this story, just her needing to prove her undying devotion to them, that is what stuck with me. It's just that absolute romantic notion.
See, mine wasn't really about the boys. The part that kind of stuck with me the most was when the snake slithered around her arm. It just kind of stuck with me the most because she did not know that was her mother's snake, Medusa. And she had just gone up to it. Medusa, it's like she knew who she was. And like she knew that Romina was coming and would take care of her because they're family. And that just kind of really stuck with me as like, oh, it's a piece of her mom that she never even knew. And Medusa knows. And it was just, to me, it was really cute.
It was.
Even though snakes are not necessarily my friends 24/7.
I can't stand snakes.
I'm not afraid of snakes, but just not. I wouldn't have one as a pet.
I wouldn't say that I'm afraid. I keep a healthy, respectful distance towards all snakes at all times.
That's fair.
But no, like I can agree with that because, like, especially with how she kept seeing him in her dream, and then naming her after her mom, never knowing her mom. I think that's a really sweet moment.
I do too.
I don't like snakes, but I can agree that is a really, really nice moment. All right. Did any part of this book make you swoon?
No, actually.
No?
Not really. Like, there were some moments where I was like, oh, this is, like, super cute and super fulfilling. Because, like, the moments when Corvin took her out on the motorcycle, I feel like I'm old calling it a motorbike, on the motorcycle to give her a slice of freedom, I think that was very endearing. And also when Romina pushed Corvin off of the bell tower so that he could ring the bells and have a little sense of freedom, that kind of was also very endearing to me, even though it's super dangerous. Would never, ever, ever forgive somebody for doing that to me. But I don't think swoon is the word I would use.
Okay. I mean, I do love the part where she pushes him off the bell tower.
It's cute.
Because she wanted to show him what her freedom felt like.
Right.
And I absolutely love that because she saw his struggles and wanted to do it. Honestly, I think my most swoon-worthy moment is the same answer I had last time. It's not the act itself, it's what the act portrays that just has my heart swooping and swooning and flippity-floppiting. Again, so long as it stays fictional.
Truthfully, I thought the part that would have made you swoon was them reading The Hobbit together.
Oh my god, yes.
And then going through the Lord of the Rings series together.
Honestly, another swoon-worthy moment, because I love just curling up and reading books together with my husband. It is so cute. I love that he's willing to read all the fucked up shit that I am. But, like, the sharing a part of himself that he doesn't like to share with others, but is doing it with someone he doesn't even know. And I'm just like, oh, sweetie.
I will say that was a really cute moment. And then the fact that she finished the Hobbit books and didn't have the heart to tell him that she had already finished it so that they could finish it together in his eyes. It was actually pretty cute.
What I have done with Zach when I'm watching a show and too impatient to finish it with him.
We all do that sometimes, don't worry.
Yeah.
All right, my next question is, how did the Gothic setting impact the experience of the overall story?
Honestly, I think that if it didn't have that Gothic vibe, it wouldn't have portrayed the story of heathens quite properly. And, like, you and I both have a little bit of Gothic in us.
Correct.
It's everybody thinks it has a bad rap when you're in a certain community. But it really doesn't. And so, like, I think when you're trying to portray the Christians versus the satanic heathens, if you didn't have the Gothic setting and the Gothic variables throughout the book, it wouldn't have hit so well in the points of the book.
I agree with you 100%. I feel like just the Gothic romance of it all in the churches and, you know, the church taking over the entire country. So then you have to go into these hidden alleys, into the underground of the streets. Like, it gave such a good vibe to the book that it just kind of made it for me.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think especially when they redid
the chapel
and did, like, this dark black aesthetic, but keeping the stained glass. I'm like,
and
that,
the pews.
Yeah, I'm like, that is just perfectly, beautifully set, in my opinion.
You. Yeah.
Like, I wish that's what most churches look like, but that's just
me.
I it's the color scheme I prefer. I like black. It's pretty much all I wear.
Same though. Same.
All right. Favorite character and why?
I think we kind of already touched on this. Yes. But Corvin is my favorite character. I do love Felix and Sunny, don't get me wrong. But I think it's Corvin just for the fact that he gave her all of her freedom whenever whenever she needed her freedom. He took her away from the others who were restricting it and gave it back to her. And the fact that after he hurt her that one time, he was just so scared and promised he'd never hurt her again. I just loved it. I loved every second of it.
I knew Corvin was going to be your favorite the minute I figured out that he has blackout seizures. Because anytime a character has something mentally wrong with them, some form of mental illness in some capacity, they're your favorite characters.
You're not wrong.
Not saying that that's why you like them.
No, but it's always true.
Always that character.
Like, if there's a character in a reverse harem or why choose book, I always go for the one with the mental problems. If there is one.
Yeah.
Every single time. I don't get it, but it's just, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I always choose the same type of character too, which is why from the start, you're like, Sunny's going to be your favorite. I call it. And it's true because I like the brute. I like the most dickish character who hates the world.
The possessiveness.
But has this soft spot for a girl, but doesn't want to let her see it. I just love that kind of like power dynamic. Again, in fiction.
I get it. Trust me, I get it. Because they're like usually my second favorite characters in the
Mhm.
book. And then the soft ones are just
Like, I like Felix and I like
Agreed.
Corbin, don't get me wrong, but Sonny is just, and especially the fact that he has tattoos of The Hobbit and The Lord of the
Mhm.
Rings, and he loves reading them. Like, that nerdiness
It just sold it for
speaks
you.
to me. I love a good, strong man who's also the biggest nerd in the world.
I get it. I do.
Yeah.
All right. My next one is how much of Mina's behavior is driven by survival versus desire, in your opinion?
See, I think at first it was driven based on survival.
Mm-hmm.
And then the more she got to learn who the boys were and understand more about their lives, it became more about desire.
Mm-hmm.
I think it also has kind of like a Stockholm syndrome feel to it.
Yes, very much so, yes.
But I feel like it went from survival to desire in just a matter of knowing them a month, even.
I think that's crazy to me is that she only knew them for that long.
Yeah.
And she had become their entire world. And like, it's crazy to think that because in a month, that wouldn't be me. But I feel like in her situation, because it was that survival at first, because, you know, she was choked out by Corvin and then she was trying to run away. She got caught. And then she's like, well, this is just my life now.
Yeah.
And with Father Frollo being like, throw her to the wolves, send her to the poorhouses, she was fighting for her life at the beginning of that. But then it just kind of morphed into something different.
I absolutely cannot stand Father Frollo. I think that, you know, all she did all her life was try to survive as best as she could. She didn't have another choice.
Right.
But it went from having to survive him facing being alone and abandoned or being with these three guys that she was told all her life were these horrible, horrible monsters to falling in love with them genuinely.
Even though she did not know what love was.
No.
In the slightest.
But she learned it.
Because of them.
Because of them. Honestly, I think it morphed pretty easily. Especially after she was attacked and they saved her. Like, all right. What was the most disturbing moment in this book for you?
Okay, I'm gonna have to bring up this chapter, even though I really didn't want to bring up this chapter. The chapter that was Father Frollo's chapter.
Oh my god, yes.
Where he was singing the Santa Maria, I am a holy man. That was probably the most disturbing in this entire book for me. Because that is her dad.
Yes.
That is her dad.
And he was jerking
to the thought of her while singing, I am a holy man. That was probably the most disturbing point of this book for me.
Honestly, it was one of my top disturbing moments, yes.
That was, and learning the moment that he was trying to shape her in the image he always wanted for Karina. That was also a very disturbing moment for me.
He was a dirty pervert.
Correct.
I hate him with every fiber of my being. I think between that moment where he's jerking off to the thought of his own daughter and the moment where he was trying to where he had her strapped down in the basement with the nuns trying to exorcise a demon that wasn't actually inside her because he had no other explanation for why she would love these men and trying to cleanse her in his image. That's just so wrong.
I agree with you.
I couldn't understand how that could be done to a person.
Unfortunately.
Especially his own daughter.
Right. Right. Both of those moments were pretty disturbing.
Mm-hmm.
He got what he deserved in the end.
Oh, 100%.
He got what he deserved.
100%. I was cheering for that moment.
All right. So this is more of a question for you versus me answering it. But did the hype that I gave you on this book match your experience?
Honestly, yes. Because you were so thrilled to have me read this book, especially with the dynamic of the boys. And honestly, I feel like reading it, I was so enthralled with everything. And I'm like, this matches the hype. The hype was worth it.
I'm so glad. Because I had, like I said, I read this book a year ago. I had been dying for somebody to also read this book so that I could talk to somebody about it.
Yeah.
And when I was talking to you about it when we were up in Canada last year, I was hyping up the book then. And then when we got it for the podcast, I was hyping it up some more. I'm like, I think you're going to love this book. It's so good. And I'm just glad you loved it. I'm glad.
Do you want more of the story?
Yes.
Same.
Yes. Okay. So this is actually one of my questions as well. So we can just cross that one right off. I want either a sequel to this book or a prequel. Hear me out on the prequel. I want to know more about the Daughters of Darkness.
Yes.
Thank you. I would love, I don't need a happily ever after book.
Right.
Or like, they're together type, because I know they all die. I need to know more about the Daughters of Darkness. I
want to know their experiences, but I also want the Daughters of Darkness to also show the boys growing up.
Yes.
Because I want to see a little bit more of little Corvin, little Sunny, little Felix growing up with their moms, and then their moms all dying and being raised by Arlen. Like, I would love to see that, but I also would kill for a second book.
Yes.
Not like, oh, it's a happily ever after, here's what they're doing now, but like, I want to see their dynamic again. I want to see them,
the struggle of running the satanic shrine together,
running it, but also trying to fix all the problems in the world. I want to see them try and restore order to the world.
It doesn't seem like it's just the world, like it's the full world. I think it's just the US in this story. But like the fact that they want to take down the church in the US from running the entire government. Like, they already got rid of Father Frollo. He's dead, who was the head of the church at that time.
Yeah.
I would love to see the struggle for the US to come back in a different way, and them fighting that through their, like, the money, the power that they have. Yeah.
Especially with like all the charity organizations that they started.
Yes.
Like, I want to know more about what they're doing for the world, but also, do they end up having kids? I know that they all get married, but like, I would love to see Sonny as a dad reading The Hobbit to his children.
Oh, that would be such a cute dynamic.
I know.
Oh my lord.
And I need it because it is just so cute.
Or Corvin being that wild and free dad, or
teaching Felix, them how to work on bikes, and then Felix just
showing them all the sports, everything, like, because he's a professional soccer player.
But also like being like the most nurturing parent. Yeah.
Well, one of them is stern and the other one's the carefree one. Oh, I would love to see that in a book.
I would love to see that.
I would too.
I think it would just bring a whole new side of them.
Yeah, I agree. A whole different vibe. But again, just Daughters of Darkness, I need more information.
Yes. Santana Knox, if you're watching,
please. I need to know more about the Daughters of Darkness. I need to know more about their lives. I know we can't pressure you into doing this, but please do it anyway. Would be a 10 out of 10 fan of that.
You would have at least 2 giant fans of reading that book right here. Even just like if it's a small like novella, just like tiny. That's tiny. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
All right. My next question is, did any of Mina's actions make you so frustrated and upset?
Yes. Her trying to understand how to use feminine products. And I'm like,
That was a very frustrating
it
moment.
was so frustrating. I loved the fact that she said that it was like a journey of Bilbo Baggins.
But it's so fitting though for her because like
Yes.
the way that she had grown up in the tower, not actually having feminine
Mhm.
products, but instead having to wear adult diapers.
Yeah.
I understand, and it actually fit the character so well.
Oh, it did. But it's just like knowing that struggle as a woman, I'm just like, this is so frustrating to read.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But my cousin, who's your brother, who's an absolute fan of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, I was dying laughing in my room reading the part where she compared her period to Bilbo Baggins. And he came in and he's like, what are you laughing so hard about? I'm trying to watch someone dying on TV. And I'm like, you're going to love this. And I explained the whole part to him and he goes, never say that to me again.
Oh, poor Cameron.
Poor boy.
Poor boy. I think for me, the most frustrating part of the entire book was Mina going back to Frollo. I understand she wanted answers. She wanted to know why her and the entire world, but that just made me so mad.
Yeah.
That she had not trusted Sunny enough to go back to Frollo.
Yeah.
When she knows all he's going to tell her is lies.
Yes. And like, honestly, I understand the need for closure, especially with a father figure. But when all your life, all he has told you is lie after lie after lie, you're never going to get anything else out of him.
You're not going to get the truth out of him. Not now.
And Sunny tried to tell her that, like, and not to be a douche about it.
Didn't listen.
But she didn't listen. And she done fucked up, Ron. And it caused her to be kicked out of the chapel, went off with Risa, and bad things happened. Awful moment.
Awful moment.
Awful moment. All right. Which bond did you think was stronger? The comfort of Felix, the freedom of Corvin, or the magnetic pull of Sunny?
The magnetic pull of Sunny, 100%. Because she would leave Corvin and Felix when she just felt a tug from Sunny in the middle of the night. And then she'd sneak right back to their rooms afterwards. But that pull with Sunny was definitely the strongest.
Honestly, it was like magic was drawing her to him. He didn't say her name. He just thought of her
and she
so strongly, and it pulled her from sleep to go to him. And even if they didn't have sex or anything like that, and they just cuddled and read, like that was so strong. And like the other two, yeah, they're good things to have, but just like that magnetic draw to him was so strong.
Every night.
Every single night.
It was so cute. I did love that as well. In this book, what did you think the biggest plot twist was?
Honestly, and this is actually similar to one of my questions, it was the Father Frollo as her actual dad.
After he insisted that she wasn't his daughter.
I'm like, he has to be. And like, going off of one of my questions is like, did the Arlen granddaughter twist or the Frollo daughter twist, did you see it coming? Like, I saw the Arlen twist coming.
I saw the Arlen twist coming, yeah.
I saw it from the moment they said that they were on a mission to find something left behind or something stolen away.
Yeah, something stolen by Frollo.
And I'm like, it has to be Mina in the tower.
Yes.
What else would there be? And the fact that they stayed in the chapel where she was without knowing it. And then at the same time, like, that Father Frollo twist was the biggest twist of the entire story. I saw it coming a little bit, but not as much as I saw the Arlen one coming.
Yeah, no, the Arlen one I figured out from the beginning, just from them showing up. And, Frollo being so concerned about them going into the chapel. And I'm like, oh, they're definitely looking for her. And they're definitely related somehow.
Yeah.
I will say the Frollo being her dad was a little bit like more of a plot twist than the Arlen thing. But I don't think it was the biggest plot twist for me. For me, I think the biggest plot twist was Karina's deceit. So her telling Father Frollo that, I'm seeing visions of my daughter. She's going to take down the satanic shrine. She's going to go against Arlen. She's going to bring it down. And that's why Father Frollo kept her hidden away for so long, is because of what Karina was saying. And Karina had run away and seemed to convert to the Christian side versus the satanic shrine side. And then they find the letter. And she had been so deceitful to Frollo, and Romina's visions were the correct ones, and that's what her mom was having as well, but she needed to lie to ensure protection of her daughter.
Yes. That was a great plot twist.
That was a great plot twist. I did not expect that.
I didn't either. I just love the whole, like, secrets laid out by her mom, but I also love the visions.
The vision, I love the whole aspect of that. It really brings in this, like, the magical aspect.
It really does.
Because it's not super prominent until those moments.
Right. And, like, to see it all kind of, like, unfurl and shape, it truly was a magnificent sight to behold. How did you feel about all the Tolkien, Hobbit, Lord of the Rings references?
I thought they were so funny. I honestly thought they were hilarious.
I did too.
Especially when they were all sitting on the couch in that one scene watching the Lord of the Rings. And she's like, wait, I thought we were supposed to watch The Hobbit first. And they're all like, no. And she's like, well, this is very confusing. Why have me read those first if we can't watch them first? I just loved all of the mentions. Calling Frollo Frodo was a really good dig.
I loved them. I myself am a big fan of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. And just the fact that, like, they would sit down and they kept watching one scene in the movie over and over again. It was so funny because I'm like, yeah, that's a great scene to watch over and over again. But just, like, the fact that, like, his tattoos are all Lord of the Rings and Hobbit themed, except for the one over his eyebrow, and the bond that it gave them, and just, again, the period scene.
I thought they were hilarious.
I love them.
I love when books reference other books. It makes me so excited because then you know that the author is that they're an avid book reader because they're writing books. But, like, just to know how intertwined all of it is just amazing to me.
To me, it gives, like, a little bit of insight to who Santana Knox is. Because if she's writing these references so deeply into this book, then she must be a big Lord of the Rings Hobbit fan.
And I love that.
And it kind of, like, gives you just a sprinkle of who she is within these books. And I love when authors do that. I love when they bring small little personal details like that into it. And if she's not a big fan, like I'm thinking she is, then this is just, like, wildly out of the blue something she could reference.
It's one big troll. No, but I do love all the Lord of the Rings. I love it. Okay, so we answered my number 8 already. So my next question is, which do you prefer better, a Why Choose book or a monogamy book? I know that's not really, like, they're not really monogamy books, but, like, which do you prefer in a genre?
I see, it's so hard because I love both. I love a good reverse harem, Why Choose style, but I also love a single partner style. It honestly depends on the book. Because, like, I'll read mafia books, and I'm sorry, but with most mafias, it's got to be one man. Some, not all, some. But with something like the Heartless Heathens or the Royals of Forsyth books, like, those reverse harems are so fucking good.
So good. Just the dynamics.
it depends on the book and the characters.
I'm actually really with you. So there's one thing that I feel like kind of lacks in some Why Choose books is the depth on each character. Because you're just getting like little bits and glances into their lives, who they are, because you're not focused solely on one man, one woman. Instead, you're focused on a whole group of men or women. So, like when you brought up the Royals of Forsyth, they went so in detail because it was a 3-book series each time. But like with this one, it's a solo book. You can't get super, super into their lives, their backgrounds, even though you get bits and pieces.
That's why I want a prequel.
Exactly. Whereas like I said, solo man, solo woman, you get super in-depth knowledge for their entire background, their entire lives, instead of just little bits and pieces.
Is there a part of you that thinks that this should have been a monogamy trope?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't think it would have worked.
No. I don't think so either. I think it had to be
the 3 of them.
Or nothing. But again, it honestly just depends on the book, but it also depends on the author.
Yes.
Because there are some authors who have tried to do this Why Choose trope, this reverse harem decision, and it doesn't pan out well. But then there are authors like Santana Knox who can pull it off so well. So it depends on the author, it depends on the characters, it depends on the entire storyline itself, on whether or not it'll actually work.
Fair enough.
All right. We already answered my number 9. Overall thoughts on the book.
I love it. I truly love this book so much. Like, just the depth that they go into the history of the country, but it's not overly confusing. The whole underground road, like the world that they have for people just trying to make it by, the romance between all 4 of them, just everything is just amazing to me. I do love this book.
I also love this book. I think, we got so much of the Christianity side. I would have liked to see a little bit more of the satanic side. We got a little bit of a glimpse into it, but I just love everything about this book. I love that, Corbin's trying to teach her to protect herself and buys her a beautiful knife. Any man who buys you a knife is worth keeping.
100%.
But I love the different dynamics she has with all 3 of them. She finds comfort in one, she finds freedom in another, and she just is drawn to the last one. I love that Arlen put in his will that they had to get married. But I love that they actually wanted to in the end.
Especially all 3 of them.
Yes,
and they found a way to bend the rules.
I love in the epilogue how they went and they found a way for her to marry the other 2 as well. I think that was perfect. I just wish there was more.
I agree.
I think that there needs to be more, but it was such a great book. I love that she grew a friendship with Risa.
Yes, her first ever friends. It was so cute.
I did find it very cringeworthy when she put her hands down her pants because she thought that's what friends were supposed to do.
Yep. I forgot about that part.
But I love that, like, right off the bat, Risa was so protective of her. Like, willing to stand up to these heathenistic men and fight for her friend who she just met. Like, that is a ride or die bitch right there.
100%, yes.
Ride or die.
Love her so much.
I just love everything about this book.
I agree with you.
Except for Father Frollo. But
he was such a good villain.
He is a good villain. He was such a pinnacle part of the book, but I just have so much loathing for him.
Correct. I'm with you. All right, so my last question. Do you like this book better than the last book that we read? And why? Or can you not compare?
Honestly, I do have to say I do like this one more than Little Stranger. Purely because the little sister aspect of the last book was very cringy for me. Not as much as it probably was for you, but I love a reverse harem that's done well versus a adopted sibling trope. And honestly, I just think that it was longer, which helped because I do like a meatier book than a smaller book. It just, there were so many things done in this book that I liked. I don't get me wrong, I still love Little Stranger. I can't wait to read the sequel. But this book, just because of how different the two books are, I have to say I do prefer this one.
I actually agree with you. I do like Heartless Heathens better. Mostly because of the cringeworthy, their foster siblings grew up together as siblings. I feel like I would have felt a little bit differently if they were like step siblings who met later on in life, or foster siblings that met way later on in life, not growing up knowing each other as siblings.
Yes.
This was just fantastic to me. I do love Little Stranger. Love it. But very cringeworthy, very uncomfortable at times, whereas this one was cringeworthy, but in a funny way. Not in a, this is awkward and it makes me uncomfortable kind of way.
Yeah, and I think the villain was better in this book.
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. All right.
Well, thank you guys. That was all we had for the discussion today. Please let us know if you have any additional topics to bring onto the subject.
Yes, and please let us know what you thought of this book. We'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions, especially if you want to also compare Little Stranger to Heartless Heathens like we did. We'd love to know what your overall thoughts were on the books that we've done so far.
And again, we would love any suggestions that you guys have for future books that we can spin on our wheel.
Yes. We will be getting an actual wheel soon. Right now it's just a digital one, but we will be getting an actual little wheel so you can see the spins done. And we will be happy to post our questions with the episodes so that you guys can go ahead and answer some questions, all 20 questions. I just realized we're playing 20 questions. Just dawned on me.
Here is our next read.
Out with the old, in with the new. We are going to be reading Den of Vipers by K.A. Knight. I'm really excited to read this one. She's already read it. Now, the author did not put on trigger warnings inside the book. We did
Google one.
Yes, we did Google them.
And we found one on booktriggerwarnings.com.
Yes. Again, this is what other readers have deemed, trigger warnings that should be warned about because the author did not put them in her book or on her website. However, the trigger warnings listed are blood, death, domestic abuse, gore, kidnapping, self-harm, sexual abuse, torture, and violence.
Correct.
So once again, if you guys are uncomfortable with any of those trigger warnings listed, listen or read at your own discretion. Do not make yourselves uncomfortable just to listen to an episode or to read a book. But this will be our next book. We will meet next time and go over our 20 questions for that.
Well, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
See you next time.
Bye, Dottie.
Oh, you woke her up.
See you. Bye.
Bye. You're so good. Thank you all again for listening. Don't forget to follow us on our social medias for episode updates. You can find us on
Instagram at The Sinful Shelf Podcast, Facebook, The Sinful Shelf, X at The Sinful Shelf, TikTok, The Sinful Shelf Podcast, and Threads, The Sinful Shelf Podcast.